What's up, everybody? Echo. I'm playing around with my EAD. I got some crazy effects going. Such a trippy sound. Alright, well, anyway, let's get back to some regular settings here. Turn the trigger down, turn the reverb down. I really love how I can adjust this on the fly while recording. Anyway, so hey everybody, I just wanted to first, I was doing a lesson and then checking out some of the weird effects that you can do through the EAD, because I don't use it for that at all, hardly ever at all. But I'm starting to get into it more. I just use it simply for its stereo condenser microphones. So I use it, and it's picking up stereo sound from the center of the kit, XY pattern, customizable. You can pan them left to right, get into the microphone settings. Cool. So we're balanced right now. We're on balanced mode with both mics picking up extra on each side. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Back to what I wanted to do for today. So some people are asking about a specific pattern I did in some shorts. So I wanted to cover that quickly if I can help anyone to learn this pattern, or learn the lick, basically, that will turn into those patterns. I'm all for that. So I think Brian and maybe Marcus and someone else commented that it was a cool pattern they liked in one of my shorts. So anyway, the lick, basically, I'm just doing a little drag lick. I'm doing a right, left, okay? But the little trick to this is, or the key, is that I'm doing a flick-up method from the snare position up here to doing a bark. So I call it the flick-up. I'm flicking my left hand up for that note. Basically a bark. You can think of it as a bark. So the full lick altogether is a... But you're trying to get it kind of like a, in a drag sense, where you get 2/16 with an accent, and then you're landing on the bass drum. That's really important. You want to land on that bass drum, guys, okay? And then just strategically place that, because just because you learn it on one surface or you learn it in open position doesn't mean you can't then translate it to other places and use it in different ways. You know, that kind of a thing. Where I'm just doing those kind of things. So you can have fun with it in that way too, and creating fills out of it. You can leave 30-second notes or 16ths. You could think about it like a 4-stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So linear-esque, okay? Or linear, actually it is, not linear-esque, it's linear. Right, left kick. But then when you put it into context, that's kind of what makes it a little bit weird for people. If you're used to playing an open position, that's usually what'll do it. If you play open stroke 16ths and your left hand is up here, it kind of limits what you can do because your left hand is parked up here, right? So you're kind of up here, so you have to do a lot of going back and forth, or then start using your right hand as your primary hand for your snare. Well, what this allows is for you to still play 16ths, still get those barks in, get a little bit different context, so you can play on the tips, on the side of the stick, in addition to your barks with your left hand, okay? So just get that first lick down, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left, kick. Okay, just get that into your muscle memory. Start nice and slow, then just gradually speed it up. Then when you put it into context, you can kind of think about this like a 2-bar pattern, but it really isn't. But what I'm doing in the short that I did, the pattern was... Okay, so that's basically the lick right there. That's it. But I'm coming from this position to the flick up, right? Doing my bark, or I'm doing a right, left. That kind of thing, okay? And it's kind of important to come up from this position because it will give you that richness and dynamics and kind of a texture differences as you're playing it, okay? So you can play these as a closed stroke double in your right hand, or you can play them as an open. Whatever's most comfortable for you, and however you can kind of play it your fastest. You know, it's not about playing it fast. It's about playing it articulately and clean. But if you want to get it up to a little bit faster tempo, then using closed stroke can help you with that. Oh, and I'll miss on it, right? That kind of a thing, okay? So all the pattern was a 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And that's the other thing I wanted to show you is that you can start playing like even just triplet little feels like just doing a constant left, right. So you can actually play your full 16th patterns utilizing this bark method, and you're kind of doing like a French, you know, you're doing a French grip thing with your left hand and just coming straight up with your left, okay? See, Jack's enjoying this. He's even sleeping and snoring in the background. I'm sure his snoring's going to get picked up by this microphone. I think I can hear it through my headphones. Poor dog's, he's a little sick right now and on some antibiotics, but he's doing well. If he's out here, he's happy. So just practice that nice and slow, guys, where you get that in, where you're playing and landing on the kick. That's so important. Play it nice and slow at first, guys. Nice and slow, okay? But right, left, kick. Right, left, kick. You can really have some fun with it. You can also just play your 16th notes, practice playing with the flick-up method or playing with barks. Instead of going to open position, keep your hands in cross position and just play your 16ths like that. Just get used to that kind of motion, that kind of technique and motion with it, because you'll just get easier and easier with using your hand that way, and you won't trip up over yourself. I keep tripping up into my left and right. It's a little too close right now. I redid my whole studio and put everything back together just recently. But in any case, what I'm trying to emphasize in this video is that it's not that hard. You want to practice it slow. It's just about putting it in the right place. So you can think about using these and kind of training your muscle memory like you would ghost notes. So if you play your ghosts, anything that you're playing on the snare is a ghost. I don't know, like... just that pattern. Now move those ghosts up to the bark position. Get the idea? So that way you're getting familiarized and just with, it's just a 16th note placement, usually putting it on the E's or the U's. And that's, that way you're just kind of playing a syncopated pattern where, a little bit more left-hand independence. Then just move those ghost notes onto your barks or even around on the toms. that'll get you familiar with using your hands and not tripping up over yourself. And exercises like even little paradiddle exercises, or start, like just doing like single stroke ones and paradiddles, or broken diddles, or six strokes, whatever. Paradiddle diddles. Just practicing using your hands back and forth and utilizing that flick up technique rather than always parking your hands up here and your left hand's out in outer space where you can't, you're like playing on the hat over here with your left hand, and then it leaves out a lot of the intricate stuff you could be playing on the snare in addition to playing on the hi-hat. So that's how I do it, guys. Hope that explanation helps some. I know it's kind of long-winded, but that was one that I was doing. There was a second one I can quickly explain too. But that's just a 4-stroke closed in your hand and then landing on the kick. You could think about it like a 5-stroke in totality, because you're doing... So you're doing a 4-stroke in your hands, and a closed 4 is pretty much what I'm doing, and then you're doing the bass drum on the 5th stroke, if you think about it like that, like a 5-stroke roll. Okay, that's when I came up to the ride in that, and I was doing... Started playing on the ride with it. That's what I was doing, is just doing a 4-stroke into it. It's just all about putting it in the right placement, guys. So try putting it like right before beats 3, because I'm playing a 1 and 2, 3 and 4. That's all I'm doing in the bass drum. 1 and 2. So that's an 8th tied to 2/16 right before beat 4 is what I'm doing. 3, E, and 4. Okay, guys? And then the other one, when I came up to the ride, the dynamics got bigger, then I was just doing the 4-stroke. Okay, guys, maybe that helps some, but just get this sticking down nice and slow. Right, left, kick. Right, left, kick. Then put it into your bark. The other one is just a 4-stroke. Put it into your 5. Kick is on the 5th note. 4-stroke in the hands. Single kick on the 5th, if you think about it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Practice it like that too. Just practice it on one surface and get those doubles and your drags down first, and then land on the kick with it. That's what you want to do, is kind of emphasize that and just put it in strategic places so that way you can create fun patterns out of it. All right, guys. Hopefully that helps with a little bit of an explanation for it. I wanted to do a video about it just because a few people were asking of how to play that pattern. And it's not too difficult. It really isn't. It's just getting used to getting that, getting your hands to come up from snare position up to the bark and right at the right time and beat placement. All right, guys? Happy drumming. Love ya. Take care out there, and I'll see you on the next one. Say bye, Jack. Bye, Jack.